What's up, y'all? We're talking stretching today. Is stretching just stretching? Do you stretch? If so, when? Before performance, before exercise, before doing something physical, do you stretch out? I know as a younger athlete, I never did. I didn't, right? And a lot of people don't. I know now it's super important, right? So do you stretch before performance, before exercise, before workout, before run, before swimming, before anything? Do you stretch? And if so, how are you doing it? Is it the old school stuff we learned in grade school and elementary school? Like, all right, cross your legs, guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, switch. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, switch. Is it that? Is it static stretching where you just sit and hold? If so, let's talk about that. I want to teach you about dynamic stretches, right? Dynamic stretching is what you want to do before a performance, before working out, before running, before moving the body, right? It's a moving stretch versus static stretching is holding and just sitting in a movement real still, not for 10 seconds. It's more like 45 seconds to a minute, but that's not something you want to do before exercising. All right, so why? Well, let's find out why. When we do a static stretch, right, they're great. Like, let's do the normal, like, touch your toes, and we're going to sit and we're going to hold, right? This is good for lower back, glutes, hamstrings, all of this stuff, right? I'm going to sit and I'm going to hold this. And what it's doing is it's lengthening out those muscles, right? It's good for flexibility. It's good for loosening up and relaxing the muscles. Keyword, relaxing the muscles. Not something you want to do prior to working out or performing, right? Performance, exercise. So let's look at it a little bit deeper, right? Muscles are like rubber bands, stretchy bands, right? So let's say, right, my hamstring. And it's nice and tight. I woke up in the morning, it's nice and tight. I'm going to go for a run. So I'm going to do my stretches before I go for my run. So I'm going to do that crossover stretch, right? And I'm going to loosen up my hamstring as it stretches out. So now, after I sit here for a minute or so, maybe do it a couple times, I stand up and now that muscle's nice and relaxed. Look at that. It's nice and relaxed now. And then I'm going to go for my run. And it's nice and relaxed. That's not going to give me any good performance, right? So we want to loosen up a muscle, loosen it up, create some blood flow, get it warmed up, but not lengthen it out so much that it's blah, 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 and not ready to work. Does this make sense? All right, there's some science behind it, guys. So what you want to do before exercise is dynamic stretching. Dynamic stretching is moving stretching, right? It's like this stuff right here, right? It gets blood flow to the muscles, the soft tissue. It prepares the joints for work. You got arm circles, right? Neck circles, spine rotations. Dynamic stretching, you want to use and warm up the area that you're going to go work. Like if I'm about to go for a run, this isn't really helping me, right? So you want to loosen up the lower body, warm up the lower body before a run. So some dynamic stretches that all my clients know very well is like a high knee and then kick it through. Kind of like a horse pawing at the ground, right? So like a high knee, kick it through. Like 10 to 12 on each side. And then some swinging sideways, open up the hips, warm up the hips, all those soft tissues, ligaments, joints, get them all prepared for movement and work, right? Make sure you do both sides. Anything where you're moving, you're taking it to an end range, but you're moving through it. So that's the difference between static and dynamic stretching. So which one are you doing before you exercise? All right, guys, so I hope this helped out and I hope that you learned a little bit about stretching today. If you're doing a different type of stretching when you should be doing something else, try it out. Let me know how it works out for you. Give me some feedback. Let me know, do you feel a difference in your performance? Do you feel a difference in your recovery? I bet you do.